In this video, we're going to show the new features of Content Flow, particularly the way Content Flow interacts with Comala workflow, also known as Comala document management, in the same environment. First, we'll show the backend general configuration in Confluence, where you can see that we've installed Comala workflows and all of its enabled 386 modules, as well as Brikit Content Flow and its 49 modules. So, if you are looking to use Content Flow and Comala workflow in the same environment, what you will need to do is expand all of Brikit Content Flow's 49 modules and look for the View Page Action Override module and disable it. You will not be able to use both apps in the same environment unless you disable this. Once that's done, you're going to want to decide in which spaces you would like to use Content Flow and which spaces you would like to use Comala workflow. In the case of Content Flow, you would go to the Content Flow settings in the left sidebar of the General Administration screen, and you would find the Enable Workflows by Default setting. This setting is enabled by default, which means that all spaces will have Content Flow automatically enabled. Click this Edit button to disable this setting if you are running Comala workflow in the same environment. Notice we include some help text in the description of the setting to serve as a reminder. This only appears if you have Comala workflow installed. Now that we have disabled Content Flow on a global level, we're going to want to enable it on a space-by-space level. We're going to do that in just a few seconds. While we're here on the General Configuration screen, we're going to do the same with Comala workflows by heading over to Configuration in the Comala workflow section of the sidebar. Head over to the Security section and click Edit. Here's where you'll be able to specify, using space keys, where you want Comala workflow to be allowed or restricted. With Content Flow, you don't need admin rights to enable Content Flow on a space-by-space basis, and you'll do that in the Space Administration instead of the General Configuration page. When you're ready to enable Content Flow on a space-by-space basis, make sure you're in the space you'd like to enable it in. Select Space Tools in the Confluence sidebar, select Apps, and you'll be able to see your available workflows for the space displayed. At the bottom of that page, there is a checkbox titled Enable Workflows for this space, which, once checked, allows you to create and edit your workflows. So, as a reminder, if Content Flow is globally enabled, you have the option to disable it on one space, and if it's globally disabled, you're given the option to enable it on that particular space. And that is all it takes to run Comala workflows and Brikit Content Flow in the same environment. Disable one module in Content Flow, disable the default settings for Content Flow and Comala workflows, and then re-enable Content Flow or Comala workflows on a space-by-space basis. We hope this video was useful, and if you have any questions, send us an email to solutions@brikit.com or leave a comment below.